And we're live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is that you are in the world. Welcome to Living World of Darkness, New York by Night. This scene we have a crossover between demon and something with 8 legs. Anyway, we find ourselves in the Bronx Zoo where Lily is still keeping an eye out for this weird creature that she chased or she tracked down like a week ago. It hasn't shown its face back in the zoo, which is good. So she is making her usual late night inspection rounds. Most of the animals are asleep, except of course for the night animals who tend to get more restless during this period. And Lily is making her way towards the rainforest exhibit. She walks the pathways in the just in between the trees and listening to some birds still chirping a little bit, but other than that, it's really silent. It's kind of calming. And as Lily is walking there, she's just looking around and just gonna make a perception alertness check for the fuck of it, because it would be interesting if you would botch this. It would be a very short scene then, I guess, or maybe not. We'll see. Perception alertness, difficulty -4 since it's night. Yeah, whatever. She has enough successes. So she notices some spider webs. She frowns as there's something like tickling her memory. She cannot put her finger on it straight away. Walking on, she notices more of these webs until it just suddenly hits her as she's standing in the middle of the exhibit, and she's just standing there completely still, not moving anything, not even blinking, as she just realizes, oh, aha. And she is slowly looking around a little bit better to see if she can find any spiders around.
Lily will find very little at first. There's really no signs of the telltale of the various spiders that are crawling around normally that precede the creature that she's coming to look for. But as she looks off into the distance towards the small area near the waterfall, some of the trees, and where a lot of the birds in particular like to hang out, she'll spot somebody sitting underneath one of the trees, clad in a very casual attire. Somebody she knows.
Hmm. Lily will, she'll step off the path for a while, just sneaking up on this person. So, Dex stealth. You probably will be able to spot her straight on with your, or not. So, 3 successes, and she's crawling closer and closer, circling a little bit around this person and just climbing a tree. One of the branches is hanging closer to where the person is sitting, and she's looking down.
Person just has a slight smile on their face as they're sitting there, sort of working something in between their fingers. Almost looks like that this gentleman is doing some form of cat's cradle. and you can see every now and then that a bead or glass is worked into the object in its hands as it continues to just go back and forth, alternating its fingers, and finally, as Lily gets to the apex of the tree, a small sigh comes from the man's lips. So how long are you going to keep sneaking on me before you actually come and say hello?
As long as you needed to notice me.
Don't you know it's almost impossible to sneak up on a spider?
I know.
He looks up at her, looking up the tree with a smile. It's been a little while.
Pretty much. You also pretty much left without even saying goodbye.
Well, when one's family tells you to go somewhere, you have to go.
Hmm.
He finally stands up and turns around and looks up at Lily. Are you going to come down?
Lily, just throws her legs off the branch, hangs a little while at her arms, and lets herself fall rather graciously, but in front of Quinn, as she knows this person.
Quinn just very gently reaches out and gives her a very platonic hug, but a warm hug nonetheless.
Lily smiles as she returns the hug, and so, why did you have to go? It's family business.
Eh, more or less, and after I got where I was supposed to go, I found a place that was very appealing to me, and so I decided to get back to my roots, so to speak.
Hmm. Well, that must have been an interesting journey.
Eh, I don't know if you've ever been to Sequoia National Park before.
To be honest, no, I have not.
Do you know what a redwood tree is?
Of course.
There's a whole forest full of them.
They're beautiful, but not. They don't have the same majesty they used to have. Uh, Still,
Not even sure what that means, but um, it's amazing. I spent like 2 months there, just spidering it up, climbing, building webs, eating bugs, birds, climbing some more.
as long as you had fun,
It was a lot of fun. It was very restful too.
I guess. So now you're back in business, I
It's,
guess.
I guess if you want to call it business, you would call it business. It's been an eventful few nights since I've gotten back.
Hmm, I see.
What's new with you? I heard that you people managed to defeat the thing, the big one of you. They're really powerful.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, yeah, we did. It's it was an effort, but we had some losses. But other than that, yeah, it got defeated, and that's in the end what matters most. And then there were other things and more things and some things on the side. And whenever we weren't tired or wounded because of things, there were more things to worry about.
I suppose one's work is never finished.
I guess. I mean, it was like 2 nights ago that we found one of those doggies.
You know, they really don't like it when you call them that.
You know, I really don't care. Well, no, 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 no. Let's be honest here. There are some of those guys that I've come to appreciate, respect. One guy, I saved his life, kind of, sorta. Um, but most of all, they're pricks. Yeah, I don't respect that doesn't respect me.
Quinn at this point is just kind of chuckling to himself. You're finally finding out what most of the rest of us already know.
Hey,
We've known for a very long time.
I never had much to do with them, and up until a year ago, I didn't even know those guys existed. Um, I've always been staying out of their issues. Lately, I've met a few of them, like I said, that I can kind of appreciate. Other than that, I don't care. They're doggies. They don't treat me with respect. I'm sure as hell not gonna treat them with respect. It was this. Ugh. Nah, never mind. So.
Well, to each their own, but I should warn you, they run in packs.
Well, I wish them all the luck if they want to visit me here.
No, because if they visit you to here, then I wouldn't be able to come here as much anymore. At least not when they're angry.
Well, you never met me when I was angry.
Well, I can imagine you do just fine for yourself.
At least for a while, I guess. I mean, sure, I know I'm not invincible. I know that. She's just actually, yeah, I think you could see that. Although she's been moving rather fluently, she seems to be a little stiff. She still has one eye damaged, by the way. So yeah.
I'm just gonna roll a little something here to see if I can pick up. Yeah,
Mm.
that's a lot of meatballs right there.
Basically, what you see are some like in her neck, and she's wearing like a lot of her clothes are really covering her up quite well, and you've definitely seen that differently, especially during summer. But you can see like on her hands and in her neck, you can definitely see like burn marks.
Quinn just kind of reaches out to the. Is she wearing like a jacket?
Mm.
He's
Yeah,
just gonna reach
nocturnal.
forward. Yeah, he's just gonna reach forward and attempt to part the jacket from her to see if he can't peel it off of her. You're hurt, aren't you?
It's not that bad. Most of it already got healed. It's just a few.
Bull, let me see.
Why?
Do you really not remember the last time we spent time together?
Um, Out of character, he was pretty doped up at that point.
Yeah, Quinn's realizing this as he's saying it.
She's like confused. Last time we met up.
You were kind of drugged. You were pretty out of it.
You saw me when I was drugged.
You were sleeping in a tiger's den and you had just been in the hospital.
Wait, that dream was real? Huh.
Yeah, you fell asleep on my arm. And I stayed there until my arm fell asleep and then I had to leave.
Awkward.
Why is that awkward? I still don't understand your people's social graces.
Well, um, it's kind of like humans are um, used to, when they're in a relationship, they stay a little bit away from people of a different sex. You know? It's like I cannot. How do you explain it? Um, it's like I'm not supposed to flirt or do anything with other guys because I have Josh.
And why is that such a bad thing if you fell asleep on my arm?
Well, maybe that's nothing to do with it. Lily kind of blushes as she remembers that dream, and she's not quite sure if everything that she dreamt had really happened. Um, Nothing. It's just I don't really like it when. Oh man, it's never mind. Forget I said it because she obviously doesn't want to tell.
Quentin just really kind of gently places his hands on either side of her neck and rolls for difficulty 5. See what happens. Okay, managed to heal 2 levels of damage off of you.
Like I said, she only had 1 egg damage left, so.
So his hands come to Lily's neck, and there's almost a sensation of warmth, almost like sensation of the planet, sort of nature reaching out to embrace you, and showing you its benevolence, so to speak.
Mhm.
And when he pulls his hands away, the burns and the cuts are all but a distant memory.
Lily is just moving her shoulders and back a little bit. She's taking off the jacket and rolling up the sleeves of the turtleneck that she's wearing. She's like, "Oh, nice. I didn't know you could do that."
I've done well. You okay? So that night that you were kind of drugged up and kind of falling asleep on me, it was yeah, I did the same thing. Didn't work
Oh,
quite as well as it did before, or it
the,
didn't work as well as this time as it did before. Or damn it, human speech is so confusing.
it's okay, but I suppose that I should thank you then for that time and of course for now. Thanks. Can I repay you in any way?
Could give me some information.
Depends on the information. What do you want to know?
There are some people that told me about the creature that's been plaguing this city. This spirit that comes and attacks
Mm,
things and then disappears.
yeah, yeah, I've met it.
What can you tell me about it?
Um, well, I don't know a lot about it. It was here in the zoo, I think about a month ago. Mm, killed two people who worked here. They blamed it on a lion. Can you imagine? They would blame it on an innocent lion. So I think they got it out. But
Lions are not innocent all the time.
excuse you, don't go there.
My
Don't go.
family comes from Africa, trust me. Lions are not all they're cracked up to be.
Honey, I never met a lion who tried to hurt me.
Lucky you.
No, but it's an entirely different story. Anyway, so I know it moves at incredible speed. It hops in and out of this into this realm.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but in essence, it's just scared. It's a scared animal. I really pity it. We went to a subway station, talked to some stupid mages. Seriously, don't if you ever meet like this guy named Jericho, just walk away. Just really, just walk away.
Is he a spell weaver?
Yeah,
Don't
I think
worry.
you mean
Don't
mage,
worry
right?
about them. Will
Well,
workers, spell workers, spell weavers, some people call them mages. I
mm,
just call them. Oh, what was the term that Veronica used? He pulls out his notebook and flips it open. I call them. And he flips, 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 flips. Ah, shit out of luck.
eh, there some aren't that bad when you get to know them a little better, but uh, that guy, like I said, if you meet someone who introduces himself to you as Jericho, just walk away. It's not worth the effort.
I could
It
eat
really
him.
isn't. Nah, it's not worth the effort.
Tell you what's worth the effort for me. Thank you very
Hmm?
much.
Hmm?
Oh, and by the way, throughout this conversation, I should have asked you to do it. If you want to roll a perception, I guess academics?
Huh. I don't have academics. I have medicine and science.
Or I guess perception empathy, maybe? That could also work. I'm not
So
really sure.
it'll just be a clear perception roll.
I guess, either way. Still no empathy with this one.
Still no empathy with this one. But I got two
Yeah,
successes.
that should be enough. You probably noticed that since this time you've talked to Quinn in the last few times, that
Mm.
he's definitely speaking with a different demeanor. That he doesn't seem like lost or naive. Like he still
Yeah,
has difficulty.
he has a little bit more coherency to him.
Yes.
I noticed. So yeah. Well, anyway, enough about that idiot. Um, we were meeting with them in a subway train, and this creature just popped in, and it whatever I can do. It doesn't work on him. So it's not from this world, and I mean world as in the like the wide sense of world. It's not from this existence. It's from a different
Yeah,
universe.
some of my sources told me the same thing.
Yeah, and but it's just I had the feeling because it was an animal. I could understand it like a little. I had the feeling it's just so scared. It was afraid. It just wanted to go back home. I I, I felt so bad for this creature. I really want to help it.
Hmm. I
It's
might be able to
hungry,
do that.
lonely, and lost.
I wonder
Can
if
you
I
help?
could. I wonder if we could trap it.
Well, that's kind of the plan, I believe, from everybody that I've been talking to. That was kind of the plan. Everybody's trying to like find a way to trap this creature. I'm thinking, well, maybe not trap it, but well, you can't really tame a wild animal, but you could try. I managed to
Well,
do it with this kinfolk. They called it, I believe. Yeah.
Quint is gonna stop and look at her in the eye. What do you mean you're taming a kinfolk? And his voice has gotten extremely stern and lost the jovialness.
No, it's not. What?
You don't tame kinfolk.
No, of course not. You don't tame. I just said it's not taming. It's more like getting to know each other. I'm trying to find the right word for it, but and just wanted to use it as example. If you would let me finish, gee, don't bite my head off.
I don't bite people's head off. I just drain them of their fluids. It's a totally different mechanism.
Look,
You're not messing with the wolves kinfolk, are you?
no, they were messing in our place.
I just I should warn you that
Okay,
we all
side.
kind of.
I'll make a sidestep. I'll explain. I know you guys are kind of like not exactly the same, but kinda like you understand each other in a level that I definitely do not.
Mm,
So, a few nights ago, five maybe, something like that, West Bronx, fire. I got a phone call while I was on my way because I smelled it and I heard a wolf's cry. Definitely heard a wolf's cry. I'm not crazy. And we have a deal with them. They don't enter the Bronx. We don't enter Central Park. It's a deal. Simple. So one of them gives me a phone call and says, "Yeah, no, we're coming in because there's something happening. It's one of us." I'm like, fuck no. Well, anyway, long story short, we went there. There was this wolf, and he was standing on top of a flaming building. I know I saw one of the doggies, um, and one of my own, and the doggy attacked the wolf, and I don't know. Wolf just gave a scream. It hits though, but wolf just howled and doggy ran off. So I attacked, and it wasn't that strong. I kind of had to hold back. So I did, and it succumbed to me. It surrendered. And I believe Aaron later told me it saw me kind of like it's alpha, or it mentioned something as alpha. I don't know. It's not like, I meant it more like that when I was talking about the weird creature.
Only a wolf's kinfolk can be so messed up.
It was possessed.
That happens from time to time.
We cured it. It's in Central Park now. Like I said,
Seriously
I'm
though,
not
I
all that
would
bad.
be really careful about kinfolk.
Yes,
Just,
that's why I was trying to help.
I
Seriously.
mean, I'm just saying, sometimes, you know what? Just don't involve yourself with the wolves if you can avoid it.
Well, I wasn't planning on, but seriously, I probably wouldn't have lifted a finger if it wasn't in the Bronx. It was. It's our place. They don't come here without at least a written invite.
Hmm.
At least that's the deal. We don't go there, they don't come here. But yeah, seeing as they keep ignoring it, I think at some point I'm gonna ignore it too, you know. Besides, I kind of want to know what happened to that. I don't know what did they call it was. Silver claw? No, silver. Something with silver. They were like making a real fuss about it and about something that pure. I don't know. Well, just hoping he's okay. He was pretty beaten up when they like exorcised that thing. We killed it, but it's kind of spluttered everywhere. That's how I got the burn marks.
I guess the important thing is that it's over.
Mm. Well, like I said, I would still really like to know what happened to the kinfolk. I hope he's okay.
I'm sure he's just fine.
I might have kept him myself, but there's no way I can keep like a 7 feet tall wolf around here. It's not gonna happen. It's better off there with them.
Yeah.
Well,
Nothing. It's just getting involved with kinfolk is dangerous. You don't know how much they covet their kinfolk, those savages.
hmm.
And if you want
They
to
were,
spark a war, that's one of the best and easiest ways to do it.
I'm sorry. I'm just really gonna interrupt you here. They were planning to kill this one. They said it would be more merciful. They were planning to murder and basically someone who didn't do anything wrong except happen to get possessed. That's wrong in my opinion. I don't care. If they wouldn't have done anything about this, I would have. But luckily they were willing to help out, which helps because I have no clue how to.
Do you understand the nature of possession?
Seriously.
What do you mean, seriously?
Never mind. Explain.
It's just everything I've heard about it. It's a painful process to endure, and there's no guarantees that you're going to live through it. And sometimes I know I would look on it at mercy if I was going to suffer for potentially no reason.
Well, yeah, but killing for essentially no reason is just as wrong in my book, especially when it concerns an animal. And this this animal, this wolf, it had gone through so much already. It deserved a chance to be happy again, not just get killed. Sure, there was a lot of pain involved, and I really feel for the creature. If I could take on his pain, I would have done so. But it's now he can live freely. He can get his revenge. He can, you know, and it was still sane. It was kind of we could kind of communicate in a way. It's difficult. It's probably not as it wasn't as easy as Aaron communicated with the guy, but with the wolf.
I just I don't think it's something you would understand unless you'd been born that way.
Once again, Lily just raises an eyebrow. She's like, "Sure, no, no, I really don't understand."
Everything has an order and a purpose, and suffering certainly has a place in our experiences, but from an animalistic point of view, something I'm a bit more intimate with, um, if it's pointless, why bother?
It wasn't pointless. That's the entire point.
This time, it
No,
wasn't.
exactly. Honestly, I don't necessarily have problems with mercy killing, but the doggies, and yes, I'm once again gonna call them doggies, didn't know this creature was still okay inside. It wasn't that bad. Well, of course, it was still having the possession, but it still had its mind. Trust me, if I would have noticed that it would have, if its mind was changed or something, I probably would have killed it off. It would have been more merciful. But it had a valid chance of survival if it would get rid of the Fomori. Hmm,
Just be careful. That's all I can say.
I never am.
Clearly not, but I feel like I'm almost. Uh, he stops and goes back into his notebook and flips through a couple of pages. I feel like I'm almost obliged to let you know.
Hmm. Sure. Look, it's uh, there's just two things at this point really bugging me with those doggies. I don't mind keeping my end of the bargain. I know they're at least with more, um, but they are just keep invading, and somewhere I'm just gonna draw a line. It's I understand they're trying to help their own kind. They better make damn sure that their kind does not get involved into anything in the Bronx. And if they are, at least they could like meet up with us first, discuss everything that's going on, and we might even be willing to help out. Because anything that's a threat to them might be a threat to us as well.
Potentially.
Hmm?
They're very close minded. So
Yeah, I
just
know.
keep that in mind. That's all.
Well, like I said, if they keep breaking the deals that we made, it's gonna end, and I'm gonna take a walk in Central Park.
They'll probably die, you know that, right?
Might be,
I mean,
and
there's
I'm
a
hoping
lot
to
of
take one
them.
or two with them. I'm hoping to take one or two with me. Like I said, point.
I hope you know what you're doing at
No
that point.
clue. No clue. At some point, I really just want to have like a duel between. But then again, eh, I hope they know what they're doing. This is like the case. It's not that simple as they can just like make a deal with us and we do our best to keep our end and they just don't. No. That's basically the only issue I would have with them. And in some cases, they're narrow-mindedness, but hey, others are quite okay. I mean, like I said, I'm Aaron is okay, and I pulled Johnny out of a tight spot once.
You too, huh?
Oh, you too?
I saved his life not too long ago. Him and Aaron's, actually.
Oh. Oh, for me it was what, a few months ago, I guess. So midsummer or something, around that time. It
Oh.
was too slow.
Are there any other interesting things going on?
Mm, well, we came to this discussion because we were talking about the weird creature. What do you know of it? Who has encountered it? I know the doggies did. I know the mages did. I
I've
know we
only talked.
did.
I've only talked to my sources and you.
Who are your sources then?
My sources are confidential.
Oh, come on, Quinn. Really?
First law of Spider Club: don't talk about Spider Club. No, seriously.
Oh.
My older siblings have kicked my ass around the corner a few times.
So it was one of your guys. Look,
Potentially.
I don't need their phone
Potentially.
number or anything. And
I'm just.
I already know the doggies met with them as well. So if it's the doggies, you can just talk. I mean, they gave basically everything that they told me they knew.
Hmm. He just kind of smiles and shrugs his shoulders.
Really? Well,
Sorry.
anything that you can add to the information?
I'm thinking that whatever this creature is it's still a solid creature. It doesn't have everything that everyone's told me is it doesn't have the ability to go in and out of the Umbra.
No, but it can like um, disappear. I followed it, and it basically jumped into a wall. It was gone.
If it has to hold a solid state under certain circumstances, I might be able to catch it like a bug.
I don't know how his transportation works. I couldn't see. I was just too late. I did notice that it succumbed to like animalistic behavior.
Mm-hmm.
But he and me were almost of the same strength,
Hmm.
so I couldn't hold him. Else things might have been different. I really would like for a second try. I feel that like I said, I really want to help this creature. And I also don't want it to kill in my zoo again, because it's gonna cause my animals some trouble.
I mean, like putting the lion down because it's a man killer.
Uh, what?
You said they thought it was a lion.
Yeah,
That's how
that's bad.
humans normally do things: is they just strike out blindly and kill things.
Mm. Well, I just don't want any of my animals being blamed for something this creature does. So I'm guarding my zoo each and every night.
Glenn kind of leans forward a bit. Lily, have you ever eaten one of them?
What, my creatures?
No, not your creatures.
Human?
Mm-hmm.
No, why would I? No, no,
Wondering.
no. I mean, I may not be very happy with the way they turned out to be, but we still, it's still our duty to guide them and protect them.
Oh, just wondering.
Why you did?
Maybe one.
You can just, involuntarily, you can hear Lily growl a little bit.
It was a circumstance where somebody was poking their nose where they shouldn't have been, and if they hadn't been dealt with by
I don't
somebody
want to know.
who's willing to put them down, they probably would have been treated far more poorly.
Hmm.
And then, of course, there was the body to deal with, and I was hungry.
No, I've never eaten a human, and I don't want to think about that. I'm not a leech.
I never said you were, but you seem to be, at least at some level, an animal.
I'm more than an animal.
Animals hunt, they kill. I'm certainly a predator, and I'm pretty sure you are.
Yes, but I'm trying to keep that. It's not as simple as that. Yes, part of me is predator, but part of me also is what what you see here.
You afraid you might like it?
I don't know. I just don't want to think about it, and I wouldn't hunt humans.
Even the really bad ones?
Mm, what's good and bad? It's endless discussion. People consider us bad. Entire religions consider us to be bad, but
I'm still fuzzy on the whole religion thing. Doesn't make much sense.
it's all about what you believe in the end. I mean, sure, if you look at religion and the way they preach it right now these days, and all the wars that have been fought over it, over different versions, it all comes down to the same.
It's just that it boggles my mind that they're all, wrong. I mean, all of them. They don't even include any of the triad. They don't talk about it.
Yeah, I've heard something of that. I think you told me once a little bit. I'm still trying to figure out how that works, because would they have been like high angels, or would have been the same of the? It's interesting. Let's just keep it at that. But I don't know enough about my past to see the truth really clear the way it is. I've been learning more, but it's not enough.
Well, hopefully you continue to grow in your power.
Hmm. Yeah.
Oh well. It was good to see you again.
You going?
I need to go and find the Spellweavers.
Hmm. Good luck with that. Like I said, you see any guy named Jericho, walk away. Don't just, as I said, he's not worth the effort.
What's
Only
he
thing,
do that's so bad?
it's just his attitude.
I can be persuasive, charming, or disarming. You know that.
Mm, yeah, I do, and Lily just blushes a little.
I wish you had told me that you had a boyfriend before I decided to do all that, though.
I didn't.
No,
I
you made out with me for a good little bit before, he stumbled in, and then you decided to mention it to me.
oh oof, yes. It's difficult. You know that predator nature that you talked about
Mm-hmm.
works in more than one way. Has a bit of a drawback as well. But I'm working on that.
Oh, you just had to break a young and impressionable spider's heart, that's all.
Oh, come on. I'm
At
sure
this
it
point,
wasn't
he's smirking at her at that point.
that. Oh man, fool. Uh, seriously trying to make me feel guilty or something?
If I could convince you to buy a milkshake or something out of it, then yeah, absolutely.
I don't mind buying you a milkshake, but as you can see, shop's kind of closed. Middle of
Crap.
the night, you know. They don't work middle of the night.
Then you owe me one.
Definitely do.
Is this Jericho person dangerous, or is it just he's annoying?
Well, I haven't seen anything from him that would make him dangerous, but as usual with these guys, just be careful. They can pull tricks with reality. I don't know what he can do. I have no idea because I haven't seen him do anything besides running away and then following me because he was goddamn curious. Never even lifting a finger. But yeah, it's I've seen things that mages can do, and I'm not quite sure what he can do, but it's enough to make me worry a little bit about them. Besides the fact that they are like everything we ever hoped humans would be.
Hmm.
It makes them arrogant, you know. And he's definitely one of the worst.
Well, if nothing else, I can maybe see what he tastes like.
Oh, make sure you record that. Just, I don't know, hidden camera or something, because I gotta see that.
Speaking of which, Lily,
What?
nah, that's probably not a good idea.
Oh, come on, what?
Well, it's just that I kind of drained myself a little bit last night, and I don't want to go and knock some random person over the head to recharge, so to speak.
So, what can I do about it? What do you need?
Can you just stand really still and trust me?
Depends on what you're doing, hon.
Recharging my batteries, so to speak.
I would really like to know because I have the feeling that you're involving me into something that I might not like, and I would prefer to know this beforehand. You wouldn't want me to like, uh, well, you know.
Can you handle being bitten?
Mm, I can try.
He just kind of steps forward and looks at her with curious eyes. It'll sting just a little bit, and it might be a little. It might be like going into the 60s for a moment.
Uh-huh. Okay.
But promise I'm not gonna hurt you.
Hmm. Okay. You can clearly see that she's tensing up, but she's letting you come closer.
Quinn just steps up to her and kind of pulls her into a very similar embrace that they've been to him before, but he doesn't go for her mouth. He kind of goes for her neck. And he bites in. And I need you just to make one stamina check
Okay, I'll
with
make that one
difficulty
first.
6.
I guess I can add my fate score to that.
Yes, technically you can, I think.
But would that be my permanent, or would it be my the fate points that I have left in my system, or would it be my permanent fate? Oh, fuck it. I'll just go for straight out stamina check.
Okay, because I'm not 100% sure.
Neither am I, and I don't have any fate at this point, so I
Oh,
make that.
you're a normal human being at the moment?
Mm,
Oh, then that venom might affect you.
well, I managed my stamina check. That was my regular stamina.
It's supposed to be like a supernatural thing, as I remember it, but we'll just go with that for now.
Okay. Well, I have to roll something else. Um, Let me look up in my blue booking, because it's still August. I'm still rolling my flashbacks at a higher difficulty.
Say unless you're at difficulty 10, you're alright.
I know, but I need to check it. Let's see. No. Ah, there. Ah, shit. For the month of August, it's still 10.
Oh dear.
And you, of all people, should know why Lily is rolling this flashback at this point. Because you know her introduction scene.
Mm-hmm.
So as Quinn is biting into Lily, you can just feel her like all her muscles tense all at once, and then she just sinks down on the floor, completely motionless, except for her eyes like darting wildly in her head. So you can see her eyes like roll up, down, left, right.
Quinn will take the subsequent 4 blood points before pulling away to refuel himself, and then sort of looks at her. Um, hmm. He's going to kind of drag her over to the edge of the water and start splashing water onto her face.
I have no idea how long these flashbacks take. It's like until I reach difficulty 10, that might go a while. So, like I said, it might take a while. Anyway, let's just say it's gonna take a while. Like what, 10, maybe even 15 minutes before Lily's eyes just close for a moment, and she's literally like gasping for air as she's sitting up. Oh my god. As she starts like trembling all over.
Quinn is sitting across from her, sort of watching her for a moment. You okay?
Oh, this. Yeah, just. This has not happened in a long, long time.
Well, I could still feel your heart beating, so I knew I didn't kill you, and well, you weren't acting like hit me at Woodstock, so I'm pretty sure that my venom didn't hit you. So
No, um, I've had similar experiences. I just thought this wouldn't trigger that, but have you ever had like dreams that were so real that they just, even after you awoke, you still had the feeling you were in that dream?
do you remember those visions that the Earthbound used to send?
Hmm.
One of them hit me so hard I was out of action for about a week.
It's like that, but it comes and goes faster than that, but it's kind of like that. It's just memories, bad memories.
Did another were spider attack you?
Not a were spider.
It's not a werewolf. A leech?
With that, you can just see some of the blood just draining from Lily's face as she, yeah.
Hmm. You know, again, it might help if you tell me these things before I do stuff.
I'm sorry, I thought I could handle it.
I have the feeling that someday I'm going to get you into a certain amount of trouble that you're not going to be able to get out of.
I may certainly hope not.
Because then I'm going to feel like a jerk.
And I'm not gonna feel anything at all anymore, or even worse, a lot of bad stuff can happen. Uh, I'm sorry, Quinn. I hope I didn't scare you.
A couple months ago, that might have freaked me out, but I've been reading up on a lot of stuff, and certain things that people do don't surprise me as much anymore.
Oh, this is not something people usually do, but I guess it comes with the, I don't know, the way I am, I guess.
Well, for what it's worth, I like the way you are. And I am going to roll manipulation and empathy on that one. And I do get a specialty for that. Do 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 do. And I'll throw a willpower on it. Why not?
Jesus.
And I think I'm at a -2 difficulty for you, aren't I?
Well, what are you trying to do?
It's just a simple seduction roll, trying to be as charming as possible.
Okay.
3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
Okay. Let me see if my willpower can resist that. Probably not, because I only have 6 willpower. Nah, of course not. So, you can, you notice that it's definitely hitting Lily. And it's hitting her rather bad. But as soon as as she's like almost ready to jump on you as a crazy cat lady, she's just staring into nothing for a while, and instead of like hugging you or something, she's just gonna turn around, put her head into the water for a few seconds, take it out again. It's like, oh, that's cold. Yeah.
You are a strange, strange little cat lady.
Who really dislikes water?
Yeah. It's gonna make a quick Dex and Brawl roll.
Oh
Gotta
my
spend a
god.
blood point to get an extra action on this one. And why not? I've got an extra power for the now. Spend a willpower point on it too.
Jeez. What the fuck?
So 3 successes on that first attempt, or 4 successes actually.
Hmm. I guess you're trying to tackle her into the water?
Push.
Push, okay. Dodge would be Dex Athletics, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Would my specialty of my merit perfect balance work on this?
Let me just double check the wording on it real quick. I do have the thing up. Physical merits. Acute sense, perfect balance. Balance rate of the roll. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it could. It's definitely vague enough you could.
Oh, I don't have. Oof, That's one shitty roll. Well, you got her. Probably because of the flashback, a seduction. She just got her head out of the water. She's like, oh.
Now she's taking a swim. So Quinn just kind of stands up and very quickly moves and just. And he's just standing there. He takes a few steps. And he's going to hold that action in case she comes out after him. That extra action that he spent the blood on.
She stays under like for a few seconds. It's like she has no idea what had just hit her. It's like, and she actually just breathes in involuntarily. It's like so you can like see those bubbles like coming from under the water, and oh yes, she's basically on the ceiling at this point. Using Laura Fundament's aim, one, sorry, I was so excited that you were going to talk Dutch. Sorry. Laura Fundament's one, she's just pouncing out of the water, jumping like high. It's like, what the fuck did you just do? She's seriously pissed for a moment.
And he's just standing down there with this innocent look with a smirk, almost like a child who's just, thrown a water balloon at a parent and had it bust on their head.
And she is, after the jump, she's just gonna try and land, like, right on top of you.
Quick question, you said you didn't have any faith left, right?
True.
Can you use your lures without faith?
I don't have to spend a faith point for this.
Fair enough. Alright, come on down. I'm gonna roll my dodge, you can roll yours.
I only have 2 successes.
Okay.
Unless, once again, perfect balance would fit, but I don't think it would be. Not on...
Not on that. Not on that, I don't
not on
think.
Lars. No. Exactly. So...
5 dice. Yep. When you come down at him, it almost looks like you're gonna just pounce on him, and the minute that you get close enough to the point where you're gonna make contact, he literally breaks apart into thousands of little spiders that all scurry away very quickly.
Lily's just gonna stand there for a moment. She looks just really angry, is absolutely pissed, and she's shouting, "Cowards!" And then, as she is standing there, it's basically been like, what, a few seconds after she jumped out of the water, and she's like, slowly but surely the angry expression just disappears, and she still looks kind of annoyed, but not like she's about to hit you. Fine, Quinn. I get it. Funny. Haha. I'm not trying to hit you anymore.
Will kind of stand up from behind it. You were seriously gonna hit me? For that?
Um, I seriously don't like a wetsuit when I'm unprepared.
It's just water.
Have you ever seen a cat?
Have you ever seen a bug?
Look, you just caught me by surprise, okay? I'm not very good with surprises.
Bit. We'll call it even on the milkshake. How about that?
It's fine. I'll pay yours, you'll pay mine. Or do you still don't have like any idea of cash?
I'm gonna roll manipulation and subterfuge. Something real quick. Because why the hell not? And he's gonna pout a little, so that'll give me an extra dice. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm actually kind of broke right now, and I don't have any money.
You know what? I think I can leave the zoo alone for a half an hour or something. I'll buy you a milkshake. There's a place a little down the road. They're open 24 hours.
Gonna have to get you some new clothes.
Yeah, it's fine.
Unless you have some magical dryer thingy.
I think I have some spare clothes over in the tiger's den.
You still sleep there?
Duh. Not always, but lately, yeah. Whenever I have time, I don't take more than cat naps. She just sniggers a little bit about her own joke.
Completely lost on him.
I know. She's like a little disappointed that he doesn't get it. Then she realizes, maybe he doesn't even know exactly, but whatever. So, yeah, they're going over, or at least Lily is going over to the tiger's den, probably having taken Quinn in tow, and she's jumping in, changing her clothes. Her hair is still like dripping. She's looking at her cell phone. She's like, damn. Oh, my father's gonna hate me.
Changing your clothes, eh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's just a little perception alertness roll. That's all.
So she looks at the phone. She's like, fuck, it's soaking. Oh well. She finishes getting dressed and jumps out of the tiger's den again. Just hiding the wet clothes in the backpack, hiding it under the straw. Okay, let's go. Let's get milkshakes.
Milkshakes. It's soft, cold, so good.
Huh?
Nothing.
I guess I missed something.
And off the two go to have milkshakes before Quinn continues on his magical ride. I think there we can end the scene.